You're over 40, you're just now learning how to do makeup, and I'm gonna make it really easy for you because going into those big stores and trying to choose a foundation shade out of 72 possible options is absolutely crazy. So let me make it really easy for you. I'm only going to use 4 products: a loose finishing powder, a bronzer powder, a brow powder that's also going to work as eyeshadow, and a lip gloss that's also going to serve as blush. So let's get started. A really good finishing powder that has a little bit of pigment to it is going to give you lots of coverage without having any kind of blending that's really necessary. You're going to be able to highlight, and you're going to be able to brighten up the under eye area, conceal a little bit of texture. If you're afraid of powder, I promise they've come a long way, and this one is exceptional at really removing texture and fine lines in someone else's perspective. So you can kind of see what happened there, the big cleanup job. This little finger puff makes it really easy to aim for this corner right in the tear duct area. And then we're going to pull it down the nasolabial lines and just pat, pat, pat. Okay, so immediate cleanup right there. You can put a little bit on your chin. I have some redness in my chin, so I'll try to knock that out. And then we're going to take our bronzing dispenser brush with this warm matte bronzer, and we're just gonna go on the side of the face. You don't have to make it complicated, but you can use this little curve of hair right here as your starting point if you need one. If you're not familiar with makeup, sometimes it's really helpful to have a starting point. And that's going to further enhance the highlight that we just did. And you can probably skip foundation altogether if you're using these 2 products. This is a little bundle of 4 items called our Quick and Clean bundle. Now we're gonna move on to the cheeks and lips, and the face will pretty much be done. We're gonna do brows and eyes. I'm gonna do a little bit of this right on my cheeks, right on my lips, and we're gonna pat this out in a circular motion. It really doesn't require much skill or technique. It's just a circular motion. The only thing you want to make sure that you don't do is put it too low. I like to make a cheesy grin and aim for the apex of the cheek, and then just move it up toward the corner of your eye in a circular motion. All right, now the face is cleaned up. It's got a little bit of color. So let's give these brows a little bit of love. Now we're using the Blonde Brow Powder by Science of Pretty, part of the Quick and Clean bundle. And I'm going to put a little bit in the lid and pick some up on a brush and just make upward strokes. You may not need to add as much as I do to your brows, but if you do, this is a very, very friendly color. I had to create it because it kept disappearing on me. I'd find a brand that had this fantastic color and then I would lose it. I use this on everyone from gray, white hair to medium to dark brown. It kind of works a little bit differently on everyone, but if you have to build a brow from scratch, kind of like I do, this is the absolute safest bet for you. We'll just go in here and add some upward strokes. And then we're also going to use this as a eyeshadow. So let's use a fluffier brush, something a little more rounded, and we'll pick up a little bit, go right into the crease. And we're just going to basically get rid of that hooded eye appearance by pushing that flesh back, by coloring it just a slightly darker flesh color. So it does not really look like eyeshadow. It's almost imperceptible. If you have hooded eyes, you'll want to connect that little shape out here right to the tail of your brow. That helps quite a bit. You can see the difference here where this one, the focus is much more on my iris, and over here we've just got this big white fleshy pad up there that needs to go away. So let's get rid of it. Aim right for the crease and then start making a rainbow shape from the tear duct to the last lash. And keep that motion going until you're really well blended, and then start moving it upward, 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 upward until the brush is actually touching the brow. Then connect your little rainbow shape to the tail of your brow. There we go. And then something I've been doing with this brow powder lately is lining my lips. It can definitely be too much if you overdo it, but it's also really easy just to kind of wipe it down. But look what I'm about to get out of this. It kind of just looks like a shadow, and it's gonna make my lips look much more defined. So at Science Pretty, we really like for every piece of makeup to do as many jobs as possible. There you go. Look at the difference in my lips. So throw some mascara on this and we're done. 4 products, full face, super easy to look at. You could go further and line under your eyes with this if you want to, but this was practically skill-free. No skill required. So quick and clean bundle in the TikTok shop.